Hi all. Today I'll speak to you about, I'll give you one tip to fast weight loss. Just reduce your insulin and increase your growth hormone. How? Let's listen. Many of us have gone through a lot of weight loss program. That involves taking pills, restricting your diet, go for starvation mode, run a lot, go to the gym. Yes, you lose weight, but you stop your program, you gain weight almost double your previous weight. You get frustrated. You go to another program, meet the people, try a new way. The same thing happens. Some people have gone to 3 or 4 or 5 programs and lost thousands of dollars, but there is nothing until they give up. Okay, what I'm about to show you is nothing magical, but something practical and something doable. There's no requirement for you to do grueling exercise except for some brisk walking in the evening or in the morning. Especially, the best way to lose weight is brisk walking for 15 minutes after breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That will help for you to burn fat. Number one. Then, number two, you don't have to take any pills other than maybe perhaps some good quality supplements, which are very important. And you don't have to starve yourself. There's no calorie counting. I'm talking about hormonal control. Okay, there are a few hormones that can make or break as far as weight loss is concerned. But the most important one is insulin. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. If insulin is high, there's a fat storage. When fat is stored in your cells, the insulin will hold to your fat, won't let it go. There is no amount of exercise can help to burn fat if insulin is high. So when somebody said, "Hey, coach, I've been running for about 2 months, I can't lose weight," I said, "I don't have to look at you, I know your insulin is high. When insulin is high, nothing much can be done." So what do we do? Reduce insulin and increase your growth hormone. That is the magic they have to do. Okay, now, how to do it? Okay, now, growth hormone is, let's talk about, I put insulin aside, let's talk about growth hormone. Growth hormone is almost an opposite of insulin. It helps to, of course, make you look young, make your skin tight, and increase fat burning. It can be achieved by number one, minimize your unnecessary eating, eat well at the right time. There's a space between eating and non-eating. Number two, good sleep. You have a good sleep, like sleeping at 10 o'clock. You can wake up at 4 o'clock, but a good sleep between 10 p.m. to about 2 a.m. is the best sleep for yourself. It gives you the best rest and good for your health. And it improves your growth hormone. And also, you do intermittent fasting. In other words, if the lapse between eating and non-eating, the window of non-eating is about 16 hours and above, your growth hormone will rise by more than 300%. Example, you have your last dinner at 9 o'clock or last meal, and then you drink something that is not sweet, you go to bed, and then you wake up at say 6 o'clock or until 9 o'clock in the morning. You're talking about 12 hours of not eating. From 9 o'clock and another 4 hours, and 1 o'clock, then you have about 16 hours. Any type of not eating between 16 hours and above, your growth hormone will rise by 300%, and therefore fat burning is easy, because when growth hormone goes up, insulin goes down. Now let's talk about food. Okay, we eat about 6 times a day. We eat our breakfast, we have a snack at 10 o'clock, you have your lunch, you have tea at 4 o'clock, you have your dinner, and sometimes you eat again at 10 o'clock with friends in the tuck shop. That's no good. Okay, the first stage of weight loss, we go for 3 meals a day. In other words, you have your good breakfast. I'm not talking about starvation. Eat maybe 2 or 3 eggs, have butter in your coffee or coconut milk. Eat it, and then you feel good. You are energetic because fat will provide energy for you. Now, between breakfast and lunch, somebody will ask you, hey, let's go for coffee. You go for, in Malaysia they call it kopi C. In other words, a coffee with non-sweetened milk and no sugar, or tea. That's good, no problem because no sugar. And then when you go for lunch, maybe take have a plate of rice or pasta, take a lot of vegetables, take soup, take curry, no problem. As long as minimize on your carbohydrate. And then drink, don't take any sweet drink, just drink plain water. Plain water. That is good. And then after lunch, your habit is to have tea at 4 o'clock. Go for plain tea with no sugar. That is good. Then have your dinner. So you have breakfast, lunch and dinner with no snacks except for non-sweetened drink in between. Now, after 3 days, you go for 2 meals a day. Same food, like what I recommended to you to eat. You have late breakfast, maybe at 9 o'clock, maybe 8, depending on what you like. And then you have early dinner, maybe 6 o'clock. This is good, and nothing in between except non-sugary water. You do this, there is a lapse of time of non-eating where excess fat will be burned in the metabolism, and then there is no more, a less intake of new sugar or fat. Okay. I'm not talking about eating fat. Eating fat does not make you fat. Eating sugar and carbohydrate, that is changed into fat in your body called triglyceride. That is bad. Now, after 3 days of 2 meals a day, you go to 1.5 meals a day. You have a good meal anytime that you like, you time up, and then another good, maybe smoothie, green smoothie or something that is no sugar but a lot of nutrient. Non-sweet fruit, vegetable juice, these are good. Or you can go on OMAD, OMAD, 1 meal a day. So I have a point here. 3 days of 3 meals a day, 3 days of 2 meals a day, and 3 days of 1.5 meal a day. So with this kind of meal, your growth hormone is going to be high, your insulin will be down, fat burning is chicken, it's easy. Especially when you go for OMAD. I would do OMAD every week. Example, today, nothing. I stop my last meal at 8 o'clock. I eat 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I have 24 hours. But in between, you can drink non-sugary water. Do it once a week. When you have 24 hours of or 20 hours of non-eating window, your growth hormone is going to spike very, very high. Your insulin is going to be very low. You even have new stem cells coming up. You even have autophagy, where your bad cells are being thrown away or recycled into good cells. So everything from head to toe will be cleansed. So the tip is reduce insulin, because high insulin, you become fat. Low insulin, you become thin. Automatically, good sleep, good light exercise, distance time of eating, a lapse of eating which is longer than 12 hours, your growth hormone will be extremely high. And then you will lose your weight in a matter of weeks. So you can repeat the program of, like 3 meals, 2 meals, 1 meal, and you stop for 1 or 2 or for a few days, you can continue again. I would recommend, try to practice 2 meals a day the whole of your life. You can take a break sometime during the weekend, eat light. You can eat a lot, because I'm not talking about calorie restriction, because calorie restriction fail. Because when you are on your calorie restriction diet, of course you consume minimal consumption. Of course, eventually your body will remove your fat. But you keep on taking it for a long time, your brain will recognize that you are always on starvation situation, and therefore metabolism is low. When metabolism is low, burning is less, and you start to eat again after your diet, then what you eat is not burned, then you get doubly fat. So don't worry about calorie counting, worry about what spikes insulin. Remember, a piece of cookie stops fat burning for 48 hours. But a bottle of Coke, maybe 3 or 4 pieces of cookie, or cordial or anything. So, one tip, you want to lose weight fast, reduce your insulin, increase your growth hormone. Good sleep, good exercise, happy, then you'll be okay. Thank you very much.